Now all eyes on our hornbill. As it's looking around, it's searching for the fruit in Mr. Shahruk's hand. And it's ensuring its surroundings is safe from any threats or predators before taking flight. And instead, our hornbill is gaining its momentum and it's aiming for the fruit. And any moment now, so will it catch the fruit? And it catches the fruit. So as you can see how our hornbill will continuously fly from one perch to another. This is to ensure that its territory is safe, especially during breeding season. Also, you can tell the difference between a male and a female hornbill by looking at the color of the eyes. So if the hornbill has white eyes like our hornbill here, this means the hornbill is a female. But if the hornbill had red eyes, this would mean the hornbill is a male. And that's why if our rhinoceros hornbill, please give a big clap to our hornbill. And thank you, Mr. Sharon. So that is one of the largest bird species that can be found in Asia. Now moving on, I'd like to introduce you to a smaller parrot species. And this parrot species has a very loud vocalization. All the way from Brazil, introducing our flock of sunkiners. Now as you can see, sunkiners have beautiful bright little feathers which resemble the gray of the sun. So this is why they are given the name sunkiners. Although they are very small in size, they have a long lifespan of about 13 to 35 years. So let's give a big clap to our Burung Matahari. Introducing you to a couple of our bird species. I'd like to introduce you to one of our mammal species. And this mammal species can be found in Malaysia itself. Introducing our Asian palm civet atau juga dikenali sebagai musang pandan over here on the island. So they are given the name musang pandan because they can release an odor through their urine which smells like musang pandan. And they use this to mark their territory. Now for your information, Asian palm civets are also known as an arboreal animal, which means that they're often found on trees. And because of this, they have an apprehensile tail, which helps them balance while they're climbing the trees. So let's give a big clap to our arboreal animal. Now moving on, I'd like everyone in the amphitheater to be silent for a while. Can you hear something? It sounds like something is very excited to meet you. Now, can you see an animal coming towards us in the water? So, if you look over here, on the mangrove area, the animal that's coming towards us is known as the small clawed otter. Atau juga dikenali sebagai burung merah. Now, for your information, the small clawed otter is the smallest otter species in the world. And it can be found in Southeast Asia. And today, Mr. Sharon would like to demonstrate how the otter catches fish. So, Mr. Sharon, what do you have here? So, Mr. Sharon is holding a rubber fish, and what will you do with it? So, Mr. Sharon will throw the rubber fish in the water, and let's see if the otter can catch it and bring it back to Mr. Sharon. So, Mr. Sharon has made his throw. As the otter is searching for the fish, she is navigating the movement of the fish using her whiskers, and she grabs the fish in her mouth while turning back towards us. Now let's see if the otter will be able to bring the fish back to Mr. Sharwood. So it looks like she's swimming back towards us while the fish is still in her mouth. And she's not letting go of the fish. And now she's holding it in her claws as she's swimming back towards us. Now moving on, I'd like to bring all of you with me to
Macam-macam haiwan lah ditangkap.
all the way to South Africa and introduce you to a group of mammals that are known as professional diggers. Introducing our group of meerkats. Can you see our meerkats? The meerkats are commonly found in the desert, and because of this, they are very sharp and strong claws, which they will use to dig an underground tunnel.
Sorry.
So the meerkats use this underground tunnel as their home, also as a shelter. Where did our meerkats go? I think all of our meerkats have run away. Aren't you wondering why our meerkats are running away? This is because our meerkats can sense a presence of one apex predator coming towards us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our apex predator that is known as our white-bellied sea eagle, atau juga dikenali sebagai helang seafood. So the predator you see here is commonly known as the master of hunting on the sea. This is because it is often found hunting on the surface of the sea. Also, our white-bellied seagull can be found in Southeast Asia, and it has a long lifespan of about 40 to 45 years. Now, for your information, this eagle is often found flying in the direction of the sun so that it can hide its shadow from its prey, such as fish. This is to confuse its prey while it is hunting for food. Also, the white-bellied seagull is known as an opportunistic bird, which means it does not only eat aquatic animals such as fish, shrimp, and snails, but it can even eat smaller animals found on land, such as mice and snakes, and even smaller birds found flying in the air. Now, our white-bellied seagull is known as a monogamous bird, which means it will only have one partner for its whole life, and it will only look for a new partner if its partner dies. So speaking of loyalty, let's give a big clap to our apex predator. And that is our white-bellied sea eagle, one of the strongest predators that can be found flying in the air of Asia.
Tak video dia.
Now, moving on, putting our apex predator aside, I'd like to introduce you to our next animal, a medium-sized bird with a very loud vocalization. All the way from South Africa, introducing our group of meerkat. Atau juga dikenali sebagai ayam api-api. Now, as you can hear, they have a very loud vocalization, and because of this, farmers use them as a natural alarm to alarm them when there are any threats or predators around. Farmers also use them as a natural pest controller because they are known as not to be eaten and will eat any harmful insects for the farmers. Now, ayam api-api are also known as a social bird, which is why they are often found in groups. And that's about it for ayam api-api. Giving a big clap to our group of noisy birds.